Welcome to the morning show where we talk about all the things we know that give us hope inside our soul. It's a gratitude love morning. If you're just hearing me now and maybe you've been sleeping with a cow, but it's time to wake your ass and stop snoring. Welcome to Love Morning. Hi! Good morning! I am Halcyon. This is a Hug Nation broadcast. And when I say good morning because it's morning for me. I'm in San Diego, California, 9 a.m. But it could be any time where you are. We've got beautiful spirits that tune in from all over the world. This is a daily practice for me. Tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, and today we're on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok with me, hey, welcome to Love Morning. This is a chance to share some gratitude and to remember and be reminded that we are surrounded by like-minded, open-hearted people. But you know what? I'm going to go on a limb and say if you're watching me right now, you might be weird. I hope you're weird. Weird to me is become a badge of honor, and it's on my mind because I made a video about, actually it was a video where I was reading my intro to my book. That video went viral and got 1 million views, and boom! Suddenly weirdness is all I want to think about and talk about. Weirdness in the sense of being authentic. And so often if you are authentic, a world filled with conformity tries to make you weird. So good morning, Brian. Brian is grateful for being weird. Yeah. Jackie is here. It also says weird here, and it's okay by me. Gearbot says good morning. Hello, Gearbot. And I don't mean to nudge you, but any chance you looked at that pink ride footage? Kiri, good morning. Kiri says, good morning. I'm grateful for authentic human connection, for you, and for the insanely beautiful thunderstorm I witnessed from my balcony last night. Oh, man. I do love a good storm. We had a little rain over the weekend, just a little bit, but I sure love a little moisture in the air. Kiri says, what's the saying? When the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. Yes, that is Hunter S. Thompson. Which, this is a place where we can share gratitude. So if you got gratitude, please let us know. I'm grateful that I had a chance this weekend to go to a reunion of my backcountry campmates. Backcountry was the camp that I was in and helped form before Pink Heart. It's still a camp. And there was a gathering of some old school Pink Heart people, backcountry people I haven't seen in 10 years. And unfortunately, my schedule was a little tight this weekend, but I got to stop by and give some hugs to people that are super important to me. Like Kip, who reminded me that 12 years ago, something like that, I performed their wedding on Playa, and he and his wife are still together, doing great, beautiful family. Good morning, Faith. Faith says, thank you for being weird. Or thank for being weird. They call Key West the place where the weird go pro. Love from the beautiful island. Oh man, that would be cool to have that like on your city. Welcome. This is where the weird go pro. Hello, Matt and Pretty Mama and Bill and Colin and anyone who is tuning in to check out what is going on TikTok. Hi. Have a good day, Kiri. Hello, Susan. Ryan says, hey, finally caught a live, yay. That sound like lyrics. Hey, finally caught a live, yay. I am getting ready to send out to my mailing list something I wrote up about the kind of viral experiences, 3 lessons from the getting 1 million views last week and what I learned from that. Hey Colin, coffee time for me too. Cheers! TikTok is telling me encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. That's a great idea. Let's bring our friends here, and remember that part of the points, one of the reasons we come together is to share gratitude, and one is to be reminded that we are surrounded by beautiful people. We are surrounded by creative weirdos, tender weirdos, and in a world filled with discouragement, it takes some courage and takes community to be weird, to be genuine, to be authentic. Colin says, I left my coffee cup at my girlfriend's house. I gotta pull up my backup coffee cup. Oh man. I know the feeling. I gotta have like 3 or 4 coffee cups that I love, because you can't drink coffee out of a cup you don't like. It doesn't taste as good. Ryan says, you're so good at music. I hope you're doing well. Well, I think you're mocking me, but I will take it as a compliment. One of my rules for success is take everything as a compliment. My partner, Lisa, who is out of town but is coming back tonight, I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful that I'm going to see her tonight, and I'm grateful that I've been able to stay in contact with her. She is a truly gifted singer and musician, so it's been fun to stretch my musicality, which if you saw my Burning Man song that I wrote and recorded a couple weeks ago, I feel like I am stretching musically. Although I always do start these broadcasts with a song that I make up. I just start singing and it's a little improv and it's rarely good, but it is helpful for me to just kind of get the cobwebs out and the flow going. What day is it? It's Monday? Oh lordy. Good morning. Good morning everyone on this Monday. Who's got something that they are grateful for? Something that happened this weekend maybe? Or something you're looking forward to? I see Silver Fox ASMR is tuned in. Anyone else an ASMR fan? I used to listen almost every night. Now when my partner is gone, I listen to it before bed. I feel a little less comfortable listening to ASMR when my partner is going to sleep right next to me. Lorian, good morning! And Amy, just home from the Iowa Regional Burn, and I'm so grateful for the event and participants. My heart is so full. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I got a nice watch call from Asher while he was in Chicago. I was wondering if you were there or not. It was an interesting. It was a surreal dialogue. You know, with just audio and no visual, and trying to figure out just how much he was paying attention to what was happening. But it was adorable as always. And he sent me a picture, which was just great. Any other stories from the burn? Anything that happened that was particularly inspiring or heartwarming? Who else was in Chicago? You are? Gerbot is grateful I got to spend time with my folks. Ryan says, no respect at all. I would never be mean to someone who spreads kindness. Thank you, Ryan. And I think that there's a wide spectrum. You can certainly be of taunting and teasing. Oh, I am live right now on YouTube and on Facebook and on TikTok. Today is kind of an experiment trying with TikTok and see if it works. I do this every day at 9 a.m. and it is a opportunity to share gratitude with fellow beautiful people, to remember that there's other fellow people out there, and to kind of remind ourselves, who do we want to be in this day? What are the values and what is important to us? So I'm even wearing my Love Ambassador shirt. How do we be a love ambassador in the world? You are the one, as you walk by strangers, you say good morning instead of putting your head down. When you're checking out at a store, you look the cashier in the eyes and say thank you. You practice saying things with genuine connection. You notice, is there a way that I can be a little more kind? Oh, speaking of being a little bit more kind, if there's enough interest, I am going to do a post-burn integration group this year. It's going to be kind of casual, but a lot of people have been asking for help with integration in a group. So if you have interest, I'm seeing if enough people sign up, it's free. It's just a chance to get together, and if you are new to me, I'm pretty active in the Burning Man community, and after Burning Man there is a process of integration and decompression. Too often it's decompression and not enough integration. So we're going to practice trying to be that version of ourselves year round and try to practice together things like go out and do a gifting act, go out and express something creatively. Amy says, oh no, I was at the event and at the time he was sad. I hope he wasn't crying when he called you. No, actually, I did not sense any sort of, he did not sound emotional at all. He just a little aloof, a little distracted, that's all. But he was cute and adorable. And Dominic says, oh shit, Paul Stanley from Kiss. Yeah, I'll take that. Because I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. I used to. Now I just party from the hours of 4 to 6:30. Dominic says, loving the blonde hair. Thank you. I just bleached it and toned it this weekend. Went from being pink for the last couple of months. Went salt and pepper while I was going through my dark night of the soul. Felt I wanted to go pink again for 2 reasons. One, the Barbie movie just made me realize how much I missed being pink. And as I was preparing for Burning Man and dressing up, if I looked at an outfit without my pink hair, I'm like, this isn't working. So had to go pink. Had to. Pierre says, good morning. Grateful that you gave me the courage to dress how I wanted yesterday when I wasn't feeling secure. Of course, it was well received. Boom! I love that. Pierre is a frequent participant in our gratitude circle. So if you would like to get a dose of gratitude throughout the day, every day at noon, 6 p.m., I host a gratitude circle in Zoom. And then there's another one that happens at 3 in the morning or noon Europe time. If you just want to, it's free, tune in. Never takes more than 30 minutes, often less than that. Just share a minute of gratitude and hear other people sharing things they're grateful for, which we could do that here. That's what we're doing here. It's just this, you only see my face. Quite honestly, I don't blame you if you're a little tired of this mug. In fact, I was even thinking maybe we should just have a Zoom room going during this, so you could be, we could be wherever you are, but also if you want to be seen, we could see each other's faces. Hey Ava, hey Bruce. No makeup on my face right now. This is just pure skin and scruff and bunny. Amy's sharing that the Hearts of Fire event is a very small event, but they're with room to grow and the magic is there. The Effigy Build team fell apart before the event, so participants came together to build something very last minute. It was epic. I'll post photos. I connected with so many amazing souls and feel in love with every one of them. It was nice to be Piper again. Beautiful gratitude, and so happy to hear that. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else want to share some gratitudes? Melanie says, I am so thankful for my pelvic floor therapist I met today. Here is to healing. Major gratitude for giving myself grace and learning to do better, to be better. Awesome, Melanie. Izzy says, hello! I'm grateful for my ability to handle challenging situations and grateful for my favorite park being open today so I could show it to a dear friend. Nice. Good morning, Angel. Good morning, Jennifer. Jennifer is grateful for the lovely fall weather. I am grateful for a sharing that happened yesterday during Gratitude Circle at 6 p.m. One of our regulars is, due to health issues, is basically confined to their bed. They've got body issues and knee problems, and they're in this constant journey to try to get the treatment so that they can be more mobile, but they're pretty stuck. Hey, Ross sent me an ice cream cone. Yeah! Hey, Ross, love you. And so it's a beautiful experience to witness his gratitude in a life that is, limited because of his circumstances. And he shared this gratitude yesterday, and I asked him if I could share it, and he said, of course. It is a beautiful experience. He has these neighbors that have been helping him, like when he needs help getting into a car to go to a medical appointment, because it's something he can't do on his own, and he lives remotely. And his neighbor Linda, came by, remembered hearing him tell a story about how one of his favorite foods was tamales, and homemade tamales, and so the neighbor came by and brought him a bunch of homemade tamales, and he was so touched that he was burst into tears, and she just held his hand, and they just held hands as he cried, and it was such a beautiful example of how we sometimes fall into the trap of thinking that to make a difference in the world we need to do something huge, fly to another country and build a school, but sometimes just listening to and hearing what somebody needs and finding a way to give them that, whether that is attention, whether that is a break in childcare, whether that is a plate of food, it can be so significant. And to hear this person share how moved they were, how touched they were in this life of basically isolation, to feel loved and cared for, was profound. And I think it's good to remember that we all have some gifts that we can share that will dramatically change someone's life. And part of the training, part of the practice of these love mornings is to remember that. To start thinking in terms of looking at the world. Is there something I could do that would make things easier for people, that would lighten someone's day? You see a neighbor struggling in their yard and say, do you need a hand with that? Something simple, but wow, just that reminder that we're all connected. And the fastest way to make yourself happier is to make someone else happy. We often get so caught up in we think is the ways to be happier is to add and do things for ourselves, but that is not the way it works. Sure, a new phone is going to make you happy for a moment, but making someone else's life more enjoyable, better, more connected, that is a sense of contentment and joy that is truly, exponentially more powerful for ourselves and for others. Apex, good morning. I am sorry to hear about your bad morning. And this is not towards you, but I like that you said, I'm having a bad morning. Because that can end right now. You can say, it's been a bad morning and go open to things changing. It's very easy to slip into today sucks. I'm having a bad day. And then you just the mind wants to kind of stay in that place. But the truth is you can turn it around instantly. And I would even argue the easiest way to turn it around is go, okay, I'm having a bad morning. Is there anything I could do for someone else? Could I call my mom? Could I clean up the public area in front of my apartment? Could I don't know. Is there something that you could do that would help someone else? Is there someone you know that is struggling that you just give a call to? Or send 5 texts to people that you know saying, thinking about you. Let's all do that. If you're going to come back tomorrow, let me know if you do it. That's kind of what we do in the integration group, is little practices like that. What are some simple things that we can do to break out of our normal patterns and return or practice doing the kind of things that we would do at Burning Man, of just supporting other people, being more courageous in our own acts of creativity or of kindness and connection. Brian says, when we give from the heart, we do so out of the joy that springs forth whenever we willingly enrich another person's life. Don't do anything that isn't play. Quotes from Marshall Rosenberg. Apex, well, I'm glad you're here. Positivity begets positivity, and community supports all of those things. As I said, I'm sending out a essay to my mailing list today, in the next hour or so, about the lessons around the going viral. And a lot of those lessons, the video that went viral was about being a proud weirdo. And the positive responses were educational and the negative responses were educational. And both of them felt like the universe saying, keep doing love mornings. The world needs people to show up for one another and be courageously kind and bold. We need to actively push against the societal pressures to conform, to avoid risk of intimacy. And honestly, being kind is a risky act of vulnerability. Like the woman who brought tamales to our friend. Like, that's a vulnerable act. And yet the payoff was so huge. I mean, a life-changing experience for him to feel seen and touched and cared for. And all it was, when she was cooking a meal, she cooked more for him because she knew he liked tamales. Those are the kind of things that I think we need to start stretching our minds to think, how can I live like I'm living, and just a little tweaks so that I am a love ambassador, so that I am actively aware of how I can affect other people in a positive way. So there's a decompression group that will start soon if enough people show interest. Also here every day, Gratitude Circles Day. I may be doing a Pink Path coaching group soon. Probably more likely is that I'm going to create a video course. But I guess I'll talk about that another time because I'm still figuring it all out. So any last gratitudes that anyone want to share before we give a hug and go off into our day? Anyone grateful for something? I am grateful that Lisa is coming home today. I am grateful. I'm grateful that I had a fun recording this weekend of the Hard on the 80s podcast. We talked about the Breakfast Club, which you heard me talk about that yesterday if you were here. And if you didn't hear me talk yesterday, I took the little 4-minute clip talking about the Breakfast Club, and it's on the Hug Nation YouTube channel. And I'm grateful that tomorrow I'm going to record an episode of Stay Sparked. So if you would like to hear a little bit more focused rambling with not just my voice, but other people who are fascinating and funny and interesting, Stay Sparked on all the places you get podcasts, and Hard on the 80s. And if anything I mentioned here, you're like, wait, what was the link to the group? You can send me a message, and I'd be happy to share. And if there's anything that I'm doing that you think other people, like burners that are struggling after their return, say, hey, let's let them know that if they want to join the integration group. The integration group works way better if we've got enough people. In fact, I'm probably not going to do it if it's too few people, because let's say 30 people sign up. There will probably be 10 of those people will do the exercises, and then by the end there'll be 4 of us, and that's just not the same. It's not, for me to do a free class, I want to know that we're all committed to it. One of the reasons why I sometimes, like anybody, charges for things is to get people to have some skin in the game. If I'm going to show up, I want to know that you're going to show up. That being said, signing up right now that just shows that just is saying that you have interest. You're not committing to anything by saying that you want to be in the integration group. Didn't want to pressure anyone. All right, well with that, hi Danielle. Grateful for tuning in today. Grateful you're here. Brian is grateful for people's patience while I grow as a photographer and media creator. Love it. Thank you for everyone who has shared gratitude. And wherever you are in this moment, let's give ourselves a big squeeze. And as you hug your own body, let your arms be symbolic of the arms of everyone who has been here and said something. And anyone that's ever come through these love mornings, who has been drawn to this vibe of connection, drawn to this vibe of kindness and presence and gratitude. Everyone who recognizes that we have the ability to be love ambassadors in the way that we show up in the world to create ripples that make a difference. So let's lift each other up, know that we're not alone as we take a deep breath in and squeeze one another. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and you beautiful love ambassadors, thank you for being here for our Monday morning love morning, part of Hug Nation. Yeah. Have a good one. Yay. Happy to hear that, Apex. Thank you for being here, Gearbot. Thanks, Pierre and Ryan and Kiri and Brian and Daniel and Jennifer and anyone who popped in from TikTok. And if you had any feedback, or I would be open to it. I'm a novice in the talking and the ticking. Have a beautiful day.